if I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, thinking off about the same mistake. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Mike is on mute. Mike is on mute. Yo, 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 guys. It's Old Man G here, back again. A long time no speak. Haven't streamed in absolutely ages, but this is our Newcastle United versus Manchester United match preview. If you are new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe. So I apologize for those. I've been on hiatus almost 2 sort of weeks, but the previews are back. The match reactions are back. So I want you guys to get involved. Hopefully, sound is okay. Hopefully, video's okay. I was having some internet issues before I started the stream, but like I said, I'll get this right. So yeah, but I think we're all good. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I mean, obviously had an interesting football day today. Liverpool in the mud, Chelsea in the mud. Like it's weird. It's weird seeing all these clubs in the mud, and yet your team hasn't played. So let's see what happens, guys. But I mean, this is a big game. This is a very, 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 very important game, at least in my opinion, for Manchester United. We are away to Newcastle. I happen to live in Newcastle, so I know I'm going to be able to hear the stadium and hear the fans. Newcastle are this is a fourth versus third, a clash almost, in that if Newcastle do beat us here, and especially if Spurs win, then United could see themselves outside the top 4 at the end today. Now, I still think United are favourites to get top 4, but Newcastle away is going to be tough. And unlike previously, Isak, who's their main striker, who's actually an actual number 9, is back for them. Gimenez is back. They're going to have a strong team back, and more importantly, they're obviously all well rested. So it's going to be big. It's going to be important. Shout out to Bart in the chat. Thank you for joining, Bart. I'm doing good. I haven't streamed for a while, so yeah, it's good to be back. So thank you guys so much for those who are watching. Really appreciate it. And shout out to you, Bart, on we have bans on Twitter. So, but I appreciate you you stopping by. I do. Unfortunately, your team just couldn't do it today. But yeah, this is going to be an important game for Manchester United. We've got to remember, guys, that United since the World Cup have played pretty much a game every 3 days since the World Cup. It's mad. A game a day, guys. A game a day. It's great. I keep on saying a game a day. A game every 3 days. A game every 3 days. It's mad. It's absolutely totally mad. So, do I think that we're going into this game whereby Manchester United, we don't have Casemiro. I mean, we'll talk about the team coming into it, but Martial, being available or not, I'm not entirely sure. We know that Rashford, I think Luke Shaw, is also possibly a doubt as well. So there are potentially a lot of players that right now that aren't actually available to play. Where I want us to say we're down to the bare bone, but we don't know about Sabitzer, we don't know about Martial, we don't know about obviously Ericsson, although we don't know as well. So we've got a Manchester United squad. Really, really by week. I mean, we're talking about Rashford obviously I think as well, and Weghorst. On the right, I think Anthony maybe comes in, sure. But in a game like this against Newcastle away, we really could use someone like Tony Martial doing his thing. We really, 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 really could use someone like Anthony Martial really doing his thing. We really could. Bart says, actually, sorry, just give me 1 second. If United play McFred, I can't think of them getting more than a point. Exactly. If United want to win the FA Cup and he wrote they have 21 games. Exactly. That's insane. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's insane. It's actually insane. It's insane. Sorry about that. I don't know how they can cope. I really don't. Someone in the chat, tell me how United are going to cope, because I don't know how Manchester United are going to cope personally. To play 21 games in 59 days, that's, like I said, it's pretty much like one game every 3 days. Something is going to give. Now, hopefully, by the time we get to the FA Cup against Brighton, that Ericsson, I'm hoping that players that have been out, Ericsson, Martial, Sabitzer, we need the squad depth back, because if we don't get the squad depth back, we're in trouble. And that goes onto the board. I know everyone's talking about the sale and all the rest of it, but we need to remember United could have actually had a good, I don't want to say title charge, but certainly we could have made things a lot easier for us this season if we'd spent, like, for example, how Chelsea spent, it just is what it is. Casimir, yeah, he is suspended. He is suspended. And shout Ant says, hate football, me. I'm a golf channel. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happens. I saw last time I checked, I saw Leicester ahead, and I was thinking, wow, I think it was Ricard who had a great strike against Crystal Palace. I'm like, see, this is why Crystal Palace shouldn't have sacked Vieira. And then somehow Palace came back to make it 2-1. I'm not sure what Leicester City are doing, but I don't think they're going to get relegated. Not at this rate, anyway. United need Ericsson and Casimir to come back to their best. Exactly. But, when you look at the injuries, when you look at everything, Garnacho, that was a terrible challenge, and now Garnacho's injured. Ericsson challenge, terrible challenge. He was out. Casemiro suspended. Obviously, Donny van der Beek, out as well. So there were a lot of, awful, terrible challenges that we had that we weren't booked, they weren't dealt with, and we suffered as a result. So I said at the beginning of the season. Sorry, 1 second. I said at the beginning of the season, if United don't get top 4, or if United need it's because of the squad depth. Sorry, guys, about that connection. It's because of the squad depth. It's the squad depth. The squad depth, the squad depth, the squad depth, squad depth. It is simply the squad depth. And as far as I'm concerned, winning the EFL Cup and getting 4th is an improvement over last season. It's better than last season, and we can build up from last season, because my goodness, like we don't have the squad, and we need to start, at least in my opinion as a United fan, we need to start signing players that don't have massive injury records. Whatever you say about Fred, whatever you say about Bruno, whatever you say about those players, the reality is that they're, generally speaking, they're fit. They are always fit. The greatest attribute a player can give you is availability. Availability over talent, over goals, over assists, availability. And for all those people that were twerking for Paul Pogba, Oh, why are we saying Pogba? Well, Pogba this, Pogba that, Pogba that. You know, at the end of the day, he's only played what? We're now in April, guys, and I think Pogba's only played one game all season for Juve. You know, Pogba's awesome. Pogba. You know, why do we let Pogba go? Pogba's only played one game for Juve this season, and we are in April, guys. So I don't care what anyone says. Availability over quality. I'll keep it a stack. Availability over quality. You know, so that's a frustrating thing for me. But it could be worse. We could be Liverpool. We could be Chelsea. We could be Liverpool. We could be Chelsea. You know, we could be Liverpool. We could be Chelsea. You know, so I can't really hate. I can't really hate. I can't really hate. Let me just quickly read some of your comments, and then we'll get through to what I think is going to be the starting 11. Obviously, I'll be doing a match at the game, or should be doing a match reaction after the game. Let's have a look at these comments. Yeah, United need Eriksen comes to come back to their best. Yes. Obviously, Casemiro is suspended. Eriksen hopefully will be back soon. You know, the idea would be that Eriksen, because obviously FA Cup of Brighton is not until the end of April, so by then Casemiro will be available, and Casemiro is available to play in the Europa League, which is good. So we'll have him against Sevilla. That'll be crucial, I think. United are skin, mate. You need to sell at least 6 players before bringing anyone in. Well, we're skinned so far. Let's see what happens at the end of April. Let's see what happens at the end of April when we get new owners. United getting new owners in, then there's no skinning. You know, that's it. We're not going to be like Liverpool, where no one wants to buy now. Good day out in London. We got battered and deserve to lose. Fair enough. Answer the point. No matter how many game trophies you win a season, your season will always be remembered as 7 respectful losses. It depends. That depends. Well, you know what I will say. I'll say this, but is that if Liverpool's happy, that the thing that if it makes Liverpool happy, then fair enough. You know, I will personally, for me, I will take 3 trophies potentially, and Champions League. They're fun. So actually, my club isn't being bought. It's actually being bought by rich people. You know, so he's owned by Qatar, spending money, trophies, the manager that we have over 7-0. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. United spent over $1 billion over since why don't you have the squad depth? But the most important thing you need to as a Liverpool fan right now is just make sure that you guys don't play in the Conference League. That's the most important thing. But Maguire isn't saying anything to remember that he played almost. I think you guys, the way you guys played today, defensive wise, you could use another defender, man. Shout out to Matthew, evening RDS, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, bro. Stop bashing Liverpool. We've won it 6 times. Of course you have. And shout out to Chainsaw Man, member of the channel. Really appreciate it. Miss you all this. Thank you. I missed you guys too. Just busy with exams and stuff like that. So I missed streaming. My favorite pastime. So thank you. Really appreciate the community that we have here. Thank you guys. Right. So let's have a little look. I need to experiment also with the layout and stuff like that. I'm going to be trying to do up some different things that way. So, but let's have a look. Okay, so who's going to be going goal? It's David De Gea, man. You know, it's De Gea will obviously be in goal. So there's no doubt there. We're going to play. How are we going to play? We're probably going to play a 4. Are we going to play a 4-3? We'll probably will play a 4. Let's have a look. Are we going to play a 4-2? I think this is what how we're gonna play. I do. I think we're gonna play. I think we're gonna go back to Ollie ball, man. I think we're gonna go back to Ollie ball. You know, remember, I'm a member, so my passcode, so my passcodes don't exist. Chainsaw. All I'm saying is that you said that Liverpool are going to get top four and going to go on a run, and yeah, we'll talk about that on the next what's it called again? United Forum, which I'm bringing back on Monday, hopefully. Mo says, big up, RDS. Thank you, Mo, coming. And Samasi, what's up, RDS? Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm depressed. I need a beer or 5. Where are Leicester, actually? What position are Leicester? They're not going down. I refuse to believe that Leicester are going to be relegated. I refuse to believe that. So centre back wise, obviously Varane and Martinez will be back. Hopefully they don't hold 7. They won't hold 7 against Newcastle because Newcastle's something difficult to score. But no, I think that defensively, obviously the last time we played Newcastle at Wembley, we beat them. That was a weaker Newcastle, I think, in my opinion. But we were able to get a number of them. I bet a little bit lucky at times, but we got the job done, and hopefully we get the job done again today. 19th. Oh dear. What I'll say is that the top 10 looks interesting. So bottom 10 looks interesting because there's I think only 6 points between 20th and 12th. I think only 6 points. So literally anything can happen. Anything can happen at this point. There's literally only 6 points between 20th and 12th. So I think anything can happen, So don't give up. Don't give up. And also remember to like the vid, guys. Like the vid, it doesn't cost you much. Oh, and also I've started posting shorts again. For those, I have a third channel called Red Devil Studio Extra where I post short clips just on my United shorts will be on this channel related to Manchester United, but my other channel, Red Devil Studio Extra, is where I'll be posting shorts on everything outside of Manchester United and then some. So I actually posted a reaction to the Chelsea game and their Classica game. So if you click the link below, Red Devil Studio Extra, make sure you subscribe to that channel and enjoy those shorts. Let me know what you want. Can we call Liverpool residency rival as the Matt Busby Derby as the former Manchester United manager played for them? I mean, let's be real. It was never really a rivalry because out of this City Liverpool rivalry, Liverpool only won 1 trophy. So yeah, I don't think so. If you think of it that, if you think it that way, I think Bart, if you think of it that way. Right now, right back now. This is interesting. For me, it's got to be Wan-Bissaka. Why is he not coming up? Yeah. We saw Dallo started the final, and we saw him get destroyed by Saint Maximan and Nick was he just couldn't. Dallo, I'm not saying Dallo is garbage, but Dallo against a physical Newcastle, we can't have Dallo. Thank you, Chainsaw. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. Please click and subscribe. Makes appreciate it. But yeah, Dallo got skinned against it, so I'd be very surprised if Ten Hag tries to do it again, especially away from home. We need to be relatively defensively solid against the Newcastle side who are going to have to come out and attack. So for me, you have to play. You have to play Wan-Bissaka. Now, left back is interesting. I'm only going based on what's been confirmed so far because from what we can see, Luke Shaw, Ericsson, Martial, Sabitzer are all doubts. They're all doubts. So obviously, if Luke Shaw is fit, Luke Shaw play left back. But if he isn't fit, if he is a doubt, then Malacia will obviously come in as left back. I think that's fair enough. Morgan, the intercessor, doing my mod duties. Thank you very much, Chainsaw. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope you are doing well as well. I told you about 18 months ago, and you laughed at me. I told you about Brendan. I didn't. Well, I mean, I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh. I just said that that he should be given time. And I still think Leicester can turn us around. I still do think Leicester can turn us around. I still think they can turn us around. Chainsaw's been a member for 15 months. Who says, "Be right back on this." By the way, have you seen John Wick 4? I've not seen any of the John Wick movies. I've not seen any of the John Wick movies, man. I've not. So I need to start from the beginning. That's why I don't know if I can see the fourth one, because I need to start from the beginning. The Vorganator says, Bar always in United chat telling us who we should buy, like he's a top scout. Take your pains to Liberty, but you need a whole new midfield. That is true. Liverpool of all people need to talk about the midfield that you guys have, man. Today, I don't know. It's still an embarrassment as to how we lost 7-0. I don't know how we lost 7-0 to you bums at Anfield. It must be witchcraft. Anfield witchcraft. That's the only thing I can think of. So let's continue. Okay, so the midfield. So Casemiro suspended. Eriksen is a doubt. Sabitzer is a doubt. So I have 2 CDMs for a reason, and you know who's going in here. Now, I mean, it's possible. It is possible that he maybe plays Lindelof. I mean, I would, if I was Ten Hag, I'd maybe try Lindelof as a CDM or Martinez CDM, but probably Lindelof as a CDM because he's played there a little bit this season. So I would try that. I would try that. We'll see. I would try it. I would try it. But I don't think he's going to. And I think that he's going to probably play McFred. But I'm all up for surprises. McTominay, had a good, and to be fair to McTominay did have a good international break. The thing about McTominay is McTominay plays a lot better when he's like here, when he's like an 8, when he's up at the field. This is McTominay's best position, and I always know this. McTominay defensively here, no. Being a midfielder, no. He needs to be here. But we don't have any midfielders. And if Eriksen and Sabitzer are doubts, Casemiro suspended, we literally don't have any other midfielders. We don't have any other midfielders. If any of these guys get injured, who comes into this midfield? If Eriksen and Sabitzer are unavailable, I don't know. I literally don't know who comes into this midfield. I don't. So that's how I think it will start. Obviously, Bruno comes in here. And I think the front three probably picks itself. Garnacho's obviously out. So I think it'll be Rashford on the left. Weghorst will be on the right. Sorry, on the up top. I can't believe I'm still seeing Weghorst at number 9. Jeez, but oh well. And then I think Anthony, is confirmed to be fit. I think he's part of the journey. So I think Anthony will be on the right. And this is what I think is going to be your starting 11 against Newcastle. Is this going to be enough to beat Newcastle? I'm not entirely sure, guys. I'm not sure. That midfield has me very worried. The defense, I think, can do a job. I think we can, get a clean sheet with that defense. But with Isak being back and starting to score, with the Newcastle's midfield, the battle is going to be in the midfield, and Newcastle's midfield is better than our midfield. It is. Let's keep a stat. It is better. I don't know. Guys. Let me know what your score predictions are in the comments. By the way, guys, let me know what your score predictions are, because I want to say 2-1 to Manchester United, but I look at that midfield and I compare it to Newcastle midfield. and I look at the attack, and while Anthony can give you a wonder goal here or there, Weghorst isn't going to be, Weghorst will be great for height, as will McTominay, but is Weghorst really going to be scoring goals against a Newcastle side that have one of the best defenses in the league? We've got to remember that. I know we scored 2 past them, but they do have one of the best defenses in the league, and they are going to be stronger. We're going to have to rely on Rashford, man. And then, attacking-wise, off the bench, who do we have? That for me is the most concerning thing about this game and possibly going into next week, is that if Eriksen, if Sabitzer, if Martial, Garnacho, Casper, all these are out, this is the starting 11. Where's the impact? Like, where's the where's the impact here? Think about it. Think about it for a second. Like, where's the impact here? Off the bench, who comes on to really change anything from this team? I don't see it. Like, fullback wise, okay, maybe Dallo can come on for Wan-Bissaka, although I don't think that's a good idea in this game. Midfield, aside from kids, attack, maybe you could bring on Palestri. Sancho, could he do something? That's it. So literally saying our changing options are Dallo, Palestri, and Sancho. And that is it. That's worrying, guys. That's worrying. And says, we have 1 point out of 25. We're not turning anything around. Oh, dear. Dear. I mean, when are Leicester playing Liverpool and Chelsea? Because they seem to be like in the Robin Hood type of mood. So maybe if you play Liverpool and Chelsea soon, you might be able to get something. They seem to be in a Robin Hood type of mood. If McTominay is starting a CDM, I have no confidence in winning 1-1 at best. Yeah. But I don't know, Mo, who else is going to play there. Unless I hear differently. But right now, I'm going by this starting 11 just purely out of the fact that we have no midfielders. I'm hoping that Sabitzer or Eriksen have been available and have travelled. But, I don't know. I don't know because we literally don't have any other midfield options. Played both and lost to both. So wait, but do you not have to play them again? Or have you played them twice each? Because, I mean, now's the time to play against Liverpool and Chelsea right now. Now's the time. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was against Liverpool, wasn't it? Yeah, that was. I still today feel like that Foes guy was paid. I still today think that Foes was paid. He had a bet on and he was paid. That's what I think. But yeah, what are your score predictions in the chat, guys? I mean, I say I go for a 2-1. I go for a 2-1 for Manchester United. But that midfield does worry me. And Newcastle's midfield is better. I don't care. Even if Sean Longstaff, Gamiras, and Joe Linton are a better midfield than that three. I'll keep it a stack there. I'll keep it a stack. Let alone if that Matty guy, that ginger guy comes, because he always scores against us. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I am worried about this game. For me, the most important thing for United is not to lose. I'll take a point. I'll take a point at St. James's Park. I will take a point at St. James's Park. Because at least by doing that, because Chelsea and Liverpool aren't going to catch United, and Spurs, goodness knows what happened with that mess of football club. So really, United are one of the more stable forces in that position. So if we get a draw against Newcastle, it stops. It stops Newcastle from leapfrogging us. And I think for me anyway, it solidifies top 4 because I just can't see the only threats to top 4 right now are were Brighton, Spurs, and Liverpool. And even if we get a draw against Newcastle, Liverpool will be, I think, 9 points behind us. So they're not going to be a threat. Spurs, I think, are up and down, having a worse season than we are to a certain extent. And unpredictable, as are Newcastle to a certain extent as well. So for me, if we just get a draw here, it's not the end of the world. We don't have to beat Newcastle at St. James's Park, but a draw, I think, is fine. That's at least my personal opinion. But, we'll see what happens. Right, guys, that's 30 minutes. Thank you guys so much. It's good to be back and having done this stream. Stay tuned. I'll obviously do a much larger match reaction after the game. Really appreciate those who came back. Thanks so much. It's been a while since I've streamed, but I'm good to be back. And I do want to make changes to the channel, various bits and pieces, whether it's Twitch or Red Devil Extra, Red Marvel, all the rest of it. So, but just bear with me as I get back into my groove. We will be bringing some of the shows back. We will be having a lot more content on the channel. But for those who've been supporting, continue to be support, I really appreciate you guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter on We Are United X, and smash that notification button to get notified when we go live and then some. Have a nice day, everyone. And cheers. Peace, 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 peace.